Hi everybody, Mrs. Janot here. You can see I've got my mask on today because I'm gonna be taking my mom to a doctor's appointment later, and we have to wear a mask. Some of you saw me with a mask on yesterday at school. I was so excited to see everybody at school yesterday. It made me feel so happy to see your faces and at least get to wave to you and see you in person instead of just us trying to communicate back and forth on the computer. That was a nice little change, wasn't it, for those of you that got to come through, and I was so excited to see you. All right, I have a surprise story. It's Friday, and I don't normally do stories on Friday, but I had been busy earlier in the week getting school stuff together for you guys, and so I had waited till the end of the week to do the dinosaur that pooped the bed. You know it's going to be funny already, don't you? This is by Tom Fletcher and Dougie Pointner. It's illustrated by Gary Parsons, and it is funny, and it is a good little rhyming story too. But oh my goodness, I think you guys will laugh so much. All right, so let's get started with the story. It was one of those slow, boring, dull afternoons when Danny said, "I know, let's watch some cartoons." But then Danny's mom cast a shadow of gloom. "You can't watch TV till you've cleaned up your room." You guys ever heard that before? No TV or screen time until we clean up our rooms. They slumped up the stairs. They were so very grumpy and stood in their room at the foot of Mount Dumpy. "Cleaning this mess will take thousands of years," said Danny while desperately holding back tears. Unless they were going to clean up forever, they needed a plan that was clever. And then an idea popped into Danny's head. "Why clean up this mess? You can eat it instead." If you had a pet dinosaur, what would you do? What kinds of things would you have the dinosaur doing? So Dinosaur opened its mouth like a bin. Dan scooped up the mess and threw it all in. Toys from the top and lots underneath were chucked in and chomped by the dinosaur's teeth. It chewed Danny's shoes. It could not get enough of teddies and cuddly stuff made of fluff. The dinosaur sucked every toy Danny threw, but the more the mess shrank, the more the dinosaur grew. What will happen? The dinosaur gets bigger and bigger. What will happen next in the story? Can you make a prediction? Shirts, pants, and socks, little soldiers of tin. Dan laughed as he watched Dino shovel it in. His fluffy pet hamster, along with its cage, was swallowed in Dinosaur's mess-munching rage. It smushed the CDs, which, on reflection, were far from the greatest of record collections. So Dan didn't mind. It all had to go if they wanted to kick back and watch TV shows. The hamster? Oh dear. To Dino, the bed looked just like a burger, as diamonds would look to the greediest burglar. In one Dino bite, the bed disappeared. No mess left in sight. The whole room had been cleared. Nothing left in the room. Danny's room was as clean as a bedroom could be. At last, can we watch some TV? But Dinosaur's tummy cast a shadow of doom. It was full to the brim with the mess of Dan's room. Look how big he is. Dino was wedged in between floor and ceiling. It couldn't believe how full it was feeling. It started to worry. It started to panic. Never before had it been more gigantic. Uh-oh. What do you think is going to happen? The dinosaur's bottom was bigger than Norway. So big and so fat it was blocking the doorway. Then Dan started crying. His nose dripped with snot. They were stuck in their room and the TV was not. With pillows and quilts in the dinosaur's gut, its brain didn't have full control of its butt. It knew that there wasn't a thing it could do. One way or another, it needed to poo. Did you guys notice what the cat was wearing? Might be a little throwback to Dr. Seuss there. The dinosaur pooped more than ever before. All the mess they had cleared was now back on the floor. Shoes, pants, and teddies, and soldiers and socks with smelly poo lumps filling Danny's toy box. Then Danny saw Dinosaur's face turning red and knew the next thing to be pooped was his bed. It sprang from its butt with a bounce and a bump right back to its place at the base of Mount Dump. That's pretty gross. Now that Dino was empty, he unlocked the door, where Mommy stood standing, more mad than before. They looked at the mess all around where they stood, and they knew they'd been naughty. And naughty's not good. So they picked up their mops and mopped up the disaster. Two cleaning together is always much faster. If only they'd cleaned their room as they should, they'd be watching TV, not wishing they could. They just done it right to start with. They would be watching TV instead of cleaning up that nasty old mess. So remember, the next time you're glued to the screen, you can't watch cartoons if your bedroom's not clean. All right, so your assignment for this story is, if you had a pet dinosaur, what kinds of things would you have that pet dinosaur help you to do? And what would happen when you tried that with the pet dinosaur? I'm looking forward to reading these stories. I hope you enjoyed this funny Friday story, The Dinosaur That Pooped the Bed. I love you guys, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye.